The Yankees lose 12-2 to the Tigers and are now 4-3 of their last 7 games. On the first game of a 3-game set, the bullpen implodes. And I mean, at this point, you got to ask yourself, is this bullpen trustworthy? Can this bullpen be trusted in a big situation, high leverage situation, in an October situation? And that's what we're going to talk about today. You know, the reliable Cruz, who's been solid for the most part, really, he just could not, his splitter was not splitting, and he just struggled to find his command. And Boone went to Mark Leiter Jr. after that, and he was no better. Combined, they gave up 9 runs in the 7th inning to really blow the game wide open in favor of the Tigers. Unfortunate loss. It felt like we had this one. I felt like we really had this one. Aaron Judge with his 359th home run to surpass Yogi Berra. It's just, it's unfortunate. It really was unfortunate. But I think I'm waiting for Boone's post-game interview to come up, and we'll take a listen to that. I mean, look, at this point, I wasn't mad at Boone for going to Cruz. But, you know, Cruz has been, he's been a pleasant surprise this season. If you look at his numbers, his past, in his career, they have not been this good. So sometimes when a pitcher has a night like this, it makes me wonder, like, is this really who he is, you know? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's been pretty solid thus far, but this bullpen, it just seems like we've blown so many games. This bullpen is to the point where, man, I mean, if you counted all the games this bullpen has blown, the Yankees have like 90 wins already, 95 wins, something like that. Let's take a listen to Boone real quick.
Yeah, you know, Green jumps him on a, you know, kind of a strike splitter right away, and then just, you know, lost the strike zone a little bit. Got a couple of swing and misses, but they were pretty disciplined with the split. I thought Torkelson had a
good Stephen B. I would agree with you there, but it was an off day yesterday.
Chase.
So I mean, it could be the case.
Just, you know, couldn't get in the zone enough there, and obviously that inning gets away from us.
Leiter came in thereafter and seemed to have trouble finding the strike zone as well. What were you seeing from him?
Yeah, just a little bit of that. Obviously, the hit batter, another walk. So just, you know, a rough inning for us and getting in the strike zone. And they were disciplined enough. But, you know, obviously that's the story there in that inning.
Aaron, how do you kind of wrap your head around that inning as a whole? I mean, you guys had been playing well for the most part throughout that game. Certainly an opportunity to win it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Will pitched so well. You know, 6 strong innings kind of set us up there.
Good.
Look, we just got away from us. 5 ends up being 5 with the hit batter, free passes. You know, we managed contact. That, you know, it's not like we got hit a lot all over the yard and some balls finding holes, but, you know, just too many free passes.
Yeah, you can't walk the world like they did, man. It was just too much. Too much. Let me look at that box score real quick before we keep going. All righty. Yep. I mean, Cruz walked 3. Mark Leiter Jr. came in and gave up 2 hits, 2 big hits though. Walked 1, had a wild pitch in there. Not what you want. So Cruz gave up 5 earned runs, and Mark Leiter Jr. 4. It's just an implosion. Like, not what you want, especially late in the season. I feel like, honestly, I think Boone left him in there too long. Like, he should have pulled him immediately. You know, I'm to the point, right, with this bullpen, I'm to the point where it's like, let's just stick to what we did last year. Well, we had the guys we had last year. They're pretty solid. Weaver, Tim Hill, and that's pretty much it, right? There's been in the pen. And then, you know, you got David Bednar there. But I hear what Stephen B is saying, that you know, these guys, he's been going to Weaver and Cruz over and over again. It seems like those are his go-to guys to bridge bridge to the ninth inning to get to the closer. And it's like he'll go to Weaver and Cruz, and then when he can't use them anymore because they're burnt out, then he goes to Duvall and Devin Williams. That seems to be the game plan with these guys. I want to look at something real quick. The availability, the bullpen availability coming into the game, because I did not look at it this morning. I don't see it here. Oh, I don't see it here. So I'm not sure how many pitchers, but look, they had an off day yesterday, so you can't really say that, you know. They did have an off day, so let's continue on with Boone here.
Great.
In that bottom of the fifth, what did you make of the at-bats after you guys had put two on, the first two batters to reach?
Where we're the bunt. Yeah. Obviously, you know, we don't get the bunt down, and then and then a punch. Grish has a good at bat, just misses the 3-0. So, yeah, I mean, that's our chance to kind of grab the lead there and hopefully run with it. Just weren't able to get it done.
Anyone else? Max.
We've asked you a lot about your confidence in the bullpen throughout this summer. Just now with less than 20 games to go after a night like this, just how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, still good. Look, I mean, you know, Cruzer's been great.
But I'm not gonna lie. I don't trust the bullpen. Even with Cruz being great, I don't. I get it. He's been good this year, but it's something for me, right? I don't know. This bullpen makes me uneasy. I'll be honest. I do not trust them at all. But at this point, like, that's who we got. We have to run with what we got. We have no choice. But I feel like when a pitcher's dealing, if this pitch count isn't up there, then just let him pitch, man. Just let him pitch. I feel like last start he pulled Weaver way too early last start. 67 pitches, and then today, where's Weaver at? Warren. Warren only had 91 pitches. I feel like he could have went a little bit longer, but I get it. I understand the logic behind it. And Cruz has been good, but man, it's like it's one of those things. It's like at some point you're bound to have a bad one. You know, every pitcher's bound to have a bad one, and if you keep running these guys out there night in and night out, you're bound to run into a bad night. And today was a really bad night, and he left them in there too long. He just left them in there too long. And then bringing Mark Leiter Jr. in with the bases loaded is probably not ideal, right? You probably want to go to the ground ball guy, which is Tim Hill. I get it. It wasn't lefties, but by my goodness, man, Mark Leiter Jr. did not do well.
And I feel like Weave's in a good place, and Devin's throwing the ball well, and Bednar, and Timmy hasn't pitched in a while, just some matchup things. But obviously we have a ton of confidence in him when things right, and I think Leiter, we need to get him more in the mix here in some of these situations. So we have the guys down there.
No,
to get
we
it done.
don't.
We just got
we don't have to get him in the mix at all.
Sync it up. Like tonight's a tough night.
Now
but
with
it doesn't
no
change
outs
a lot
and
of the
bases
good things
loaded
that have happened in some of these games we've been able to close out.
They gave up 7 runs and
Aaron had
could not
wound up
record one out.
Playing into
in
the
seventh
outcome of
inning.
this one, but in the first inning, Aaron Judge hit that home run that was career number 359. He's now top 5 all time in Yankee history. Knowing some of the names that are there, just how impressive is that, and how crazy is it really that top 5 has not changed since 1957?
Yeah, I actually looked at it on the board when they slide his name.
That's enough of that, man. Yeah, look, folks. I mean, Blue Jays just won. Let's update this. Yeah, they won. Blue Jays won, and that's it. Yankees are 3 down now. 3 down. I mean, it's not what you want. It's not especially a game like today, man. You can't lose these games like this, man. This is a game like today. When you let a game go like that, this is middle of July type of game. This is dog days of summer type. This is not a middle of September game you want to have, especially off of a playoff contender, somebody who you might, you might run into these guys in the playoffs at some point. And this this game was very winnable. That's what really upsets me. That is very, very winnable. And I'll be honest, I don't trust anybody. Look, guys, look, and you can call me, I don't trust anybody who comes out of that bullpen. Nobody in that bullpen has shown me that they're like reliable, or that they're consistently reliable, you know. Even David Bednar, right? But I get it though. You got to go with your best guys. You really do. I feel like Boone left him in a little too long there. Once he started walking the world, you got to get him out, man. Yeah, he did not have command. I'm talking about Cruz right there. He should have pulled him out. But let me say what's up to the chat. Jose G says, what's good, Jason? What's good, man? Let me switch here though real quick. How you like this new? I've been working on this thing here. Let me switch this up here. Moved on from Cruz. And then to go from Cruz to Mark Leiter Jr. with the bases loaded, no outs, man. I don't know who thought that was gonna work out. I already knew that they were gonna score some more runs. 9 runs on the top of the 7th. It's just you just can't have that. You can't have that and expect to win, especially mid-September. And all these games, look, all this whole gauntlet, right? We're 4-3 now in the so-called gauntlet. All of these games, these are all statement games. These are all teams that are going to be facing each other in the playoffs. These are statement games, you know. And I get it. Some people say, well, it doesn't mean nothing. And October is a whole different ball game. But it does mean something, man. It does mean something. I mean, it does mean something, obviously, especially when you're in a race for the division. Woken, what's up, man? Jay's going to win. They won, bro. They up 3. Andrew says, yo, Jason, man, oh, man, after this game, the Yankees can kiss the players goodbye. I wouldn't say that, but it's not good. You can't play like that. You really can't. DM Walker, what's up? Volpe got the party started by not laying down that bunt. Thank you for bringing that up. Perfect segue to Anthony freaking Volpe. You know what? I want to hear what Boone's going to say. I'm going to put Boone back on because they got to, at some point, they're going to ask him about Anthony Volpe. Look, he cannot be in the lineup no more. It's obvious. It's freaking obvious. He cannot be the starting shortstop anymore. He shouldn't have been the starting shortstop for the last few months, right? Ever since, as soon as Caballero got traded to the Yankees, Volpe should have been sitting, right? Plain and simple. His last 72 games, like the dude he's completely lost, man. He is. I'm starting to feel bad for the guy. He has no business being out there. He really doesn't. And you could tell that he's lost in the sauce. He's getting mad. He struck out twice looking, and he got mad. He was looking at the umpire like that was a bum. Like, bro, that's a strike, man. Come on. It ain't the umpire. It's really not. You got to do better than that. So 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. He's batting .206. His OPS is .661. His on base percentage is like .250. I mean, come on, folks. What are we even doing? You can't keep running this man out there. He has the most errors in the league. The only one close to him, in terms of shortstops, is Ellie De La Cruz. But at least Ellie De La Cruz is an offensive threat. He's a threat on every aspect of the ball, and even on defense, he makes a lot of errors. But my man has a super cannon for an arm. You can't even compare the two, right? Like, man, I'm sorry. Volpe cannot be the starting shortstop. Boone, what are you doing? I heard you on John Boy earlier and everything, but come on, dude. He's had so many chances already. You gotta sit the guy down, man. For crying out loud, please. Sit him down. Yeah, the failed bunt. Man, I'm telling you. You got to sit the dude down. He cannot be the starting shortstop anymore. What pisses me off, too, see, now you get me riled up. Oh, man. What pisses me off the most about it, because he was on John Boy earlier, Boone, and he said, well, you know, he was like, I like Caballero, you know, I like, you know, using him as a tool, you know, off the bench and everything. And in my mind, I'm like, what what is he giving you off the bench, Caballero, that Volpe doesn't give you? Because he's been using him as a pinch runner and defensive. If you start Caballero, you could do the same thing. If you need a pinch runner, like if you need a pinch run Stanton or somebody, you bring in Volpe, and then you could still switch the defense. Then you could put Volpe at short and then put Caballero at right field or whatever it is. But you still have to have Caballero starting. See, that's the thing, that some of that stuff will go over a lot of fans' heads. And it almost went over my head. But when I thought about it, I said, wait a minute. Because I thought of him, I said, you know what, Boone? At first, when he was like, Caballero, you know, I like his tool set off the bench. He's a weapon off the bench. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? He's probably right. And then as I thought a little bit more, I was like, but wait a minute. No. Because you could still start Caballero, right? And if you need somebody to come in for defensive replacement, then you could bring in Volpe and put him at short and move Caballero to whatever other position. Or if you need a pinch runner, you could put in Volpe, which is like running is probably the last thing he can do well is run. So it really makes no sense to me. They need to bench the guy, man. Enough is enough, man. Come on, guys. Enough is enough. He has to sit. Only a few guys I trust, Bednar and Weave, Hill and Cruz, too streaky for me. Yeah, man, I don't trust none of these dudes out the bullpen. Warren has the shortest leash in the league. Yeah, I don't like that. I felt like he should have let him go. He only threw 91 pitches. I feel like at that point you play it batter by batter. You know what I mean? One at bat at a time at 91 pitches, right? But yeah, he does. The last game he only pitched 67 pitches, so you know he's not fatigued. I would have left him in, for real. I would have gave him at least one at bat at a time. Because at this point, what's killing the Yankees, right? I'm going to tell you right now. The thing that's killing the Yankees the most is that we're not getting enough innings from our starter. When we get 7 innings from a starter, we're okay. You notice that, right? When we get longevity from our starter, we tend to do all right. But when we only get 6 or 5, for some reason we have issues, because that leaves 3 innings of, Boone is piecing together 3 innings. And especially in high leverage situations, man, when it's like 2-2, like why play it like that? The guy's been pitching well. Give him another at bat. That's what I think, man. And the thing is that Warren is young too, so he don't have the say so like a Carlos Rodon. Because sometimes Carlos Rodon will be like, nope. Or Max Fried. Boone could come out there and they'll look at him like, you might as well turn around because I'm not giving this ball up. And he will. But not with Warren. Railbird R, Jason, very ugly game tonight. Yeah, man, that 7th inning got real nasty, man. And look, because you're going to have games like that, right? And over the course of 162, you're going to have games like that. We've had so many games like that so far, right? But not in September. In mid-September, you can't be having games like that, especially when you're in a freaking, I was about to say pennant race, but a division race, you can't. Every game that goes by, the likelihood of winning the division is slips away. It really does. Look, the Yankees are 3 behind. We're 3 behind the Blue Jays now. That an update? Hold on. We're 3 behind the Blue Jays. Really 4 because the tiebreaker goes to the Blue Jays. So we're 4 games behind the Blue Jays. And only half a game up on the Red Sox. I mean, it's crunch time now. You can't have games like that. I understand, like, you're not going to win them all. You're not going to win them all. But when you're losing like that, man, it really makes me wonder. It's like, man, I thought this was out of our system. And I'll tell you what, and I'm going to keep it real. Even though we've won and everybody's like, oh, they're playing great. The Yankees are playing great. And I'm like, I'm going to be, look, and I hate to be negative. I didn't want to say it because we winning, right? We were winning. But when you think about it, when you look at all those games that we won, really, even today, it's home run or nothing, guys. It is home run or nothing. dude. And eventually those home runs are going to run out. I promise you. We got to figure out how to get it together. That's why that failed bunt attempt by Volpe, that inning right there was the inning we should have been scoring runs. Like, we got to do better than that, man. We have to. We got to figure out a way to score runs outside of the home run ball.
Up ahead of Yogi and Joe DiMaggio's next. And look, I mean, we've
somebody asked him about Volpe.
The last few years with what Aaron's
Jose
done in
G,
this league, and
what's up, man? He
the
says
seasons
agree.
he's had. He's been in some rarefied
Just need
air.
to tweak the
Obviously,
rotation. Hopefully
there's
they can
been these,
get a tune up.
Impressive lists or names that he's up next to, and but when you see a career list like that with this organization and where he is right now in the center of it, it's pretty awesome.
Chris.
With Leiter, since he came off the injured list, he hasn't missed many bats. What have you seen out of him?
Yeah, I mean,
come on, just enough with the Leiter bullshit. Let's go straight to Volpe.
Stretches where I haven't gone to him. There's been a lot of games where it's like he's up. I'm almost going
Yankees
to
for
him,
the win.
and it just hasn't got. So maybe that's a little product of not having the consistent work. I think.
Yankees for the win says, I'm serving Kool-Aid to all for free. Only just only take one sip and you actually think this team has any chance of winning the World Series. I mean, technically, there is a chance, right? There's always a chance. Oh, I'm looking at something here. I guess they added a whole new feature there. YouTube.
But I feel like he can get on a roll, especially, he gets in those leverage situations. He usually doesn't flinch. So probably just a little bit of some, uneven work.
I know somebody's, Meredith is going to ask him about Volpe. Let's go.
Okay,
ask him.
thank you, Aaron.
Well, a lot of time spent talking about the bullpen, specifically Cruz and Leiter.
They didn't ask him. I would have been like, look, when are you going to start Caballero? And what's funny? They panned to Caballero. They panned to Caballero in the dugout, right? And you could tell when Volpe had struck and he was just looking like, bro, seriously though, look, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Like how much longer are you gonna watch this dude strike out and struggle offensively and defensively? This dude can't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's what when he told John Boy that he wants Volpe starting because he likes Caballero off the bench. I was like, bullshit. That is the most dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because the same thing you're using Caballero off the bench, you could do it if he starts. He's using Caballero as a pinch runner and as a defensive replacement after the pinch run, You could do the same thing with Volpe. Right? Let's say you start Caballero at shortstop. Later in the game, the seventh inning, you pinch run Stanton or whoever it is. You bring in Volpe. So now you got to move people around. Then you put Volpe at short and send Caballero to right field. It's the same thing. Oh, am I bugging, guys? Like, that's why I was like, wait a minute, Boone. No. You're not fooling us with that bullshit again. No. We're not falling for that. And then it's absolutely crazy, right? The one thing Volpe does well right now is run. The problem is he can't get on base. So why not put him on the base already and use him as a pinch runner, right? Does that make sense, guys? Or is it just me? Or am I bugging? You see what I mean? He can't get on base. He can't get on base to do the one thing that he can do well right now. So just use him as a damn pinch runner. And put my man Caballero in. The dude leads the league in stolen bases. And he plays half the games. Come on. What are we doing, man? This is like, you can't even take this team serious sometimes when they do stuff like that. Yankees for the win. Appreciate the super chat. Again, he says, I'm serving Kool-Aid. Hold on, let this thing go. I'm serving Kool-Aid to all for free. Oh man, just take one sip and you actually think this team has a chance of. Man, I'm already half a glass in. I still believe we have a chance. I'm not gonna give up, but it don't look good when they do stuff like this today. It really upsets me. And look, my whole thing is like, look, if you're gonna lose games, when you lose like that, and then you have players that you don't even have your best 9 on the field, that's what really upsets me all season long. Can we just have our best 9 players on the damn field? Please. Is that too much to ask for? Really? It's like, if we're gonna go down, let's go down with our best, you know? Let's put our best foot forward and say we gave it our all. But you got this dude. Look, Volpe cannot play no more. I'm sorry. You need to shelf him, use him for pinch running, if you have to, and just hope that he can figure it out in the offseason. For at this point, that's what you have to do with Volpe. He is too far gone. There's no helping him, and it's to the point that you can tell that he was looking at the Empire with an attitude and stuff. Like, you could tell the dude's going through it. He needs to, I don't know. He needs to sit, man. You need to sit him. You can't do it. And I feel like at some point they have no choice but to do it. They do. Itchy nuts. The Red Sox and Yankees in 2 out of 3 wild card. Boone going for a 3-peat. Oh, man. That's the last thing I want. That's the last thing I want, because they got Garrett Crochet. They'll be tough. They have our number. We'll see, though, because next series is versus Boston, so we'll see. DM Walker, damn. Yeah. Itchy nuts. Yankees manager's an absolute butcher, and those reporters are nutsuckers. Jays just won. Yeah. We know, man. The Jays just won. So if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. If you haven't, Blue Jays just won, which puts the Yankees 3 games behind the Blue Jays for the AL East, which really is 4 games because the tiebreaker. So they might as well just put a 4 up there, because that's what it really is. We're 4 games behind. It's tough. We got a whole bunch of games versus the Orioles coming up, and the Orioles are playing pretty decent lately. They actually are. They're playing okay. You know, it's too late for them, but they got nothing to lose anyway. They would love to spoil the Yankees season by just busting our asses. So as we look at the schedule, we got 2 more versus Detroit, then 3 versus Boston, and then it's supposed to be a lot easier. But I don't put it past Baltimore or the White Sox. You saw that we took 3 out of 4 versus the White Sox, but 2 of those games were really close. And then we have 7 games versus Baltimore, and they've been playing okay lately. So we'll see. I still think the Yankees will make the playoffs, but every game that goes by, like today, the AL East seems a little more I don't know, it seems out of reach, especially when you think about it. 4 games behind. I know the standards say 3, but technically we're 4 games behind. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. There's only 15 games left, so it's gonna be tough for the Yankees. Very, very tough. Let me put this here. Hold on, guys. Oh, Slow Burner, what's up, man? Welcome. Welcome, said. Last 72 games, and he's 167 batting average, 214, and a 563 OPS. Yeah, man, it's just 17 games. It's just unacceptable, man. Lou says Caballero would have had that play in the outfield. I mean, look, because I'm gonna be honest, Caballero is not the greatest player. Let's be real, but he's the better option out of the 2. He's the better option. He's a much better option at this point than Anthony Volpe. Look, right now, Anthony Volpe's so bad that, I mean, we could probably get somebody from the farm and bring him up here, and he'll do better. He's not doing good at all, guys. He's really, really bad right now. He is not a Major League Baseball player right now. And it sucks to say that, man. I hate to say something like that, because the dude he's living the dream. But he's just not cutting it. And look, it's not personal. Like I always say, I just want my team to win. I want to give I want the Yankees to have the best chance to win. And with him out there, they don't. Sean Michael, haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, brother? AJ Hinch is 11-5 versus the Yankees. Oh yeah, man. He AJ Hinch, but he's been killing us for years, man. You know what's funny, Sean? That I was saying that all the playoff teams right now, with the exception of the Mariners, have they have a part of the 2017 Astros, right? Or the cheating Stros, or whatever you want to say. I'm not gonna say cheating because whatever, right? So like Astros obviously are the Astros, but then you got the Blue Jays with George Springer. Then you got whatchamacallit, Toronto. The Blue Jays with George Springer. The Tigers have AJ Hinch. Who else they got from Boston? Alex Cora, Alex Bregman. So it's like we can't escape these guys, man. And they all kill us. That's the crazy thing. They all play us well. So Bucket says Volpe's gonna start tomorrow too. It's really something. Yeah, it's at this point it's really insane. It's like, come on, you can't really be serious. Are we freaking a Major League Baseball team? Or is this a freaking I don't know, like Special Olympics or something where everybody's gotta play? Like, I don't understand, man. Like, this is not a charity. This is not, bro, you got to earn your play. You got to earn the right to play. And the worst part about it, and I will give John Boy credit for this, that he did press him on that. Like, look, Dominguez didn't get this kind of treatment. All these guys nobody got this kind of treatment that you giving Volpe, you know? Volpe's leash is unlimited at this point. It's infinite. The dude can't do wrong. He could be batting 100, literally on the dot. 0.099, and he will be out there tomorrow. They are not going to give up on this kid. And I'm not saying give up on him. I'm just saying just sit his ass down for now. You know, sit him down for now, because we can't be having this. We can't. He's killing us, man. He is really killing us. I don't know if he's still, at one point he had the most runners left on base in all of baseball. I don't know if he still holds that record, right? He holds all the bad stats, right? He's the leader in all the bad stats. He's killing us, man. He got to go. Him, Devin Williams. There's like 5 guys on this team that are like cancers, man, that you got to get them out. You really have to. And bots are defending Volpe on social media is crazy. I don't know who's defending. I at this point, even the bots started giving up. Mainstream media, the beat writers, and even Michael K, all them guys, they've given up on. You can't. See, here's the thing, guys. You really can't defend him. The no numbers look good for the guy. None of them. You know, you can't. He's not playing defense. He's not hitting. He's not doing anything. The only thing he could do well is run right now, but he can't get on base to do it. That's why I said just use him as a pinch runner. That's it. He has to sit. It hurts my eyes to see bro. Yeah, man. And this sucks, man. It really does, but it is what it is. Donnie, man, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Yankees will be the first wild card or can push for the division still. I mean, they can, but we'll see, man. We'll see how this series plays out. It's not a watch. Look, I'm going to stand by what I said. I said, look, out of these 4 series in the so-called gauntlet, if we could win every series, that means like take 2 out of 3 of each one of these series. We already did it with the Astros. We did it with the Blue Jays. Now if we could take the next 2 versus the Tigers, we're okay. And then take 2 out of 3 versus Boston. That'll put us at 8-4 in that 12-game stretch. And I think if we could do that, we will come out like, if not tied for first, like 1 game behind, or even in first, you know. But we got to get through these next 5 games, and we got to win at least 4 of these next 5 games. Real Bill, what's up, man? Up next, the Yankees starring in Groundhog's Day. Man, I don't have my background music. Turn this thing on. Starring in Groundhog Day, the remake. They do the same shit over and over and over again. Yep. Roy, in my mind, this game was a win for us. It felt like a win early, right? When Judge hit the home run, then Cody hit the home run. I'm like, okay, you know. Will Warren really just made one big mistake. to Meadows. He took him deep. That 2-run home run, that was his mistake right there. I think, like, I'm not a big Will Warren fan. I'm really not. But I think you have to, in certain situations, especially the 6 we got to get the most out of our starters. At that point, he should have played him one bat at a time. One at bat at a time. You know? Just try to squeeze more outs out of him. You know, and even then, the same thing probably would have happened, but, you know, that's what I think I would have done. Boone won't sit Volpe long. 1 game at most. We have to realize that this is the state of the Yankees roster. I mean, it's not even the state of the Yankees roster because they have the shortstop. It's the state of the Yankees philosophy, their mindset. They're backwards, man. They're ass backwards. They know Volpe's numbers. They gotta know. Even in their special metrics, their special analytics that they have that nobody else has, they gotta be like, man, this is not good. But they just too stubborn. They don't wanna freaking just take the L. That's what it is. Yankees, wow, you did want my Kool-Aid that I mentioned in the first comment. I see how it is. You didn't want my Kool-Aid? What are you talking about, man? I said it. Serving the Kool-Aid free tonight. Let's take one sip. Oh, I see it's down here. My bad. I got the wrong comment, my brother. I'm gonna get to it, man. Yankees Food says, and I appreciate the dono, man. I really do, Yankees. My bad. I got to it late. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm on my rant right now. Let's be real. I said it from the get-go. This team sucks. Yeah, you have. They don't put the ball and play ball. They don't put the ball in play. Look at us last year in the World Series. Los Angeles put it in play and we folded. You know, I'm gonna be honest, man. I can't even disagree with you. Anybody who says that the Yankees are put the ball in play kind of team, you're fooling yourselves. Look, we could go game by game. Today, right? We scored 2 runs. How did we score 2 runs? Off the home run, right? On Sunday's game, if I switch it, right, I could pull up the, I'm gonna do it right now. If you go back like the last 7 games, everything has been home runs, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 runs. With the exception of 1 or 2 runs, everything's been home runs. Let me put it. Yeah, and you're right, man. You got to be able to put the ball in play, especially when you got bases loaded, 2nd and 3rd or something like that with 1 out. You got to put the ball in play. This is Sunday's game, right? Home run, 3-run home run, Ben Rice. That was pretty much the game, right? We scored 1 run outside of the home run. The game before that, Saturday. All right, that was 1 game. Okay, there was no home runs, and we got that one. That was a good game right there. All right, the game before that, 1 run, Giancarlo Stanton home run. The game before that versus was this the 3-run home run? So well, this one we scored some runs without a home run here. And then here. I mean, look, the bottom line is, man, this team struggles to score runs if they don't hit a home run. You know, that's the bottom line. That is like, and you got to do better than that, because at some point you're gonna run into guys like Scooby and guys like that, man, and you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have problems, man. Look, only 4 hits today for the Yankees. 4 hits, man. That's not gonna cut it. That is not gonna cut it, man. If you get 4 hits off of freaking Mize, imagine when Scooby's pitching. He's gonna pitch a no-hitter with this team. We gotta do better, man. Ace, my boy Ace is in the building. What's up, Ace, man? My bad, I'm behind on the chat, guys. I'm trying to keep up. I am trying to keep up. Let me see something real quick here. All right. Luis Ryan. I only put okay. That's old. I'm gonna just keep moving on. Blue Jays Jonas. This AL East race is going to be crazy. These 19 games are going to give me a heart attack. Yeah, man. I mean, but you guys are playing good. Look, you guys won the extra innings today. I mean, look, today was not a good day for the Yankees, man. The bullpen really, really, you cannot have an implosion like that out of your bullpen. And as the manager, Aaron Boone, you gotta find a way to stop the hemorrhaging. There's no reason why you should give up 9 freaking runs between 2 pitchers, man. I don't know why he went. I feel like he went with Mark Leiter Jr. after that because that's pretty much him saying, you know, we're probably gonna lose this game anyway. You know, they're probably like, look, we're about to lose this game anyway. I'm not gonna waste Weaver and all these other guys. That's what he was thinking there. Slow burner, what's up, man? Yankees for the win. Let's be real. I said it from the get-go. This team sucks. They don't put the ball in play. Yeah. But anything can happen, man. That's I feel what you're saying, dude. I feel what you're saying, Yankees for the win, but I also feel like this team, man, anything can happen. It's not over yet. But I'll be honest with you. Like, keep it real. It don't look good. Like, we want to believe in this team. I'm not going to lie. I want to believe in it. And I could tell, I look at a lot of other Yankee content creators. I could tell they want to believe in it. The fans want to believe in it, right? We all want to believe in this team. That's why over the last 7 games, there have been some good things. They've been finding ways to win games, but a lot of the little things we overlooked, right? Because we were winning. A lot of little things we overlooked, right? We can't act like the bullpen has come out and been squeaky clean either, because they haven't. Most of the time the bullpen's come out, it's been a roller coaster ride, you know? We've been freaking on the edge of our seats. And I'm not talking about just with Devin Williams. I'm talking about everybody. Duvall, freaking Weaver, you know, has given up runs in the past 10 games. Even David Bednar, you know, he's been able to close out these games, but he's been putting runners on base at the same time, and it makes you nervous. So we don't have somebody like Aroldis Chapman, who just literally, he's put away like freaking 50 straight batters, right? Which is absolutely amazing. Andrew says, Jason, I broke my Thor hammer. I won on your channel. Yeah. Damn, you broke it? That's crazy, man. That is crazy. On Saturday, is that the one where I know Jackson Holiday broke up a no-hitter with a freaking home run. Jacob, what's up, man? Go Jays, go. Caballero is an average player with great speed and pesky base running. We need that in the lineup consistently. But let me tell you something, man. That average player, I don't know, something about him, man. I feel like he can make stuff happen. He's a dog. You could tell he's a gamer, right? And even if he might be average, but he is way better than Volpe right now, to me. Volpe's energy is rubbing off on Ryan at third tonight with the errors. Yeah, he made one throwing error. I mean, he's made a couple errors with the Yankees already, but for the most part, the dude is outstanding. Brandon Lee, what's up, man? Jays walk-off that shows thanks to IKF. You know what? I said it too. That was a great pickup by them. IKF off of waivers. That was a huge pickup by them. IKF. And he's gotten better since he left the Yankees. I think he's found so he can hit. That's one thing he can hit. He's going to put the ball in play. I was calling ball 4 and 5 at strikes in the bottom of the 5th inning cost us. Yeah, man, but you can't look. I'm going to tell you the truth, man. It's true, right? But you can never, ever, ever. And I tell my son this all the time because they be, it seems like, they be, oh, the umpire. I'm like, yo, don't blame it on the umpire. You had plenty of chances to score, you know? But you want to blame it on the umpire for 1 or 2 balls. I get it. Don't leave it up to the umpire. So I tell him, don't leave it up to the umpire, man. Freaking, what about every other time? What about this pitch? What about that pitch? Right? That you missed. So the umpires are bad all around for all teams, not just the Yankees. It's time to be It's time to what the hell? I can't read what you're saying. It's time to be Stanton. Give him a break also. The last 15 games, it's time to sit Stanton. Let's pull him up. Pull him up. Somebody, Stanton's last 15 games. Sit Stanton, too much work for the old man. I mean, that's probably why he had a day off yesterday, and he wasn't in the outfield today. So I agree though, man. I think that he hasn't been the last 15 games, he hasn't been great, right? He's cooled down a lot. And I think though, I don't think it's I think it might be because, I don't know, the going back and forth, playing right field and then DH and back and forth might be throwing him off, you know? Because when he was just playing right, he was doing good for the most part. I don't know. Even then, though, we need Stanton's bat in there. We do. Because he's a threat every time he comes to the plate. I mean, I maybe send him down for a day or two, but we need him right for October, though. I would say that. We definitely need Stanton for October. He has to. I'd rather him slump now and probably get hot towards the end of the month, you know? He's Boone and them think his best baseball is ahead of him. They are delusional. I mean, look, Boone could think that all he wants. He said that with John Boy, that he believes Volpe's best baseball is ahead of him. And it probably is, but not this year, guy. Definitely not this year, man. Not right now, bro. We trying to win. That's my thing. Like, we are trying to win. Let's experiment with that next season. You know, we come into spring break. Look, you have every opportunity to win back your spot, right? But for now, we need to win ball games, dude. We cannot have him out there. And you know what's funny? That you can tell that they know that he's a big problem. They pinch hit for him the other day. You know, they sat him down, they know he's a problem, but they're just so stubborn and stuck in their ways that they cannot let it go. They don't want to look. They don't want to look. It's like they were wrong. I mean, it's okay, bro. Everybody's wrong. They can't stand the fact that they were wrong, and they've been wrong so many times. That's the crazy thing. They've been wrong so many. They was wrong with IKF, you know. We going down the same path. We've been down this road before, where we're like, yo, this guy is not it. Whether it was IKF, whether it was Gary Sanchez, whether it was I don't know, whoever else you want to throw in there. Aaron Hicks, DJ LeMahieu, whoever you want to put. This guy is not it. And they would refuse to do it. And then to the last moment, right? There's another thing Aaron Boone said in that interview with John Boy today. He was like, well, he don't have to see nothing for Caballero. He knows Caballero can handle the position. So if he needs to throw him in there on the fly, then he would, and he'll handle it. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. But what the fuck are you talking about, man? If you have any inkling that this guy you might have to put him in there as shortstop, then you might as well start it now, you know? You might as well start it now. Let him get more comfortable. To me, that was wild right there. That didn't make any sense. And to the Yankees don't make sense. The fact that he is still the starting shortstop, the fact that he is starting every single game makes no sense. The fact that even when they sit him down, they bring him in as a defensive replacement when he has the most errors of all shortstops in the league makes no freaking sense, people. And it's funny. I'm laughing because it's comical. What are we doing? Really, what are we doing? This shit is bonkers, bro. The Yankees live in bizarro world. I'm telling you, they're in a whole nother freaking dimension than we are. They ain't freaking cuckoo land. George Lombard Jr. is not even close to being ready. Yeah, he's not close to being ready. I heard people talking about, what's the kid's name? Dax Kilby. I'm like, you got to slow down. The dude just got drafted. You really got to relax, you know? I wanted Spencer Jones to get called up, but I think they missed his hot streak because he struck out like 30 times in his last 40 at bats or something wild. So, his hot streak has cooled down, to say the least. I watched many of his games. He's the farthest thing. He's not even in a stop. Well, I've watched many of his games. He's the farthest thing. He's not even in a stop that, please. All right. Now, I understand what you mean, man. I feel you. Bobbleheads are more competitive than this team. Lombard Jr. is at least 1 year away. No, we talking 2027. 2027, man. The dude, he hasn't even figured out AA. And the season's over right now. About to be over. He hasn't figured out AA. There's no way they're going to jump him straight to freaking the big leagues and skip AAA. So he got to go to AAA. We're talking 2027 at the very, very, at the soonest, right? The soonest he'll be up here is 2027. If that, man, if that. Look, I like the guy, right? But he's a prospect, man. And prospects are suspects. You don't know what you're getting, especially with the Yankees. I don't trust any Yankee prospect. All right, there, I said it. I don't care who it is. It could be Spencer Jones. To me personally, there is no such thing as an untouchable prospect in the Yankees organization. I would trade them all. I really would, if it was up to me. You're probably thinking, thank God it's not up to Jason, because Jason would trade them all. I really would, because what makes me think that one of these guys is going to be something different than the last 100 prospects that's come up, With the exception of Ben Rice, I feel like Ben Rice has been a pleasant surprise. Austin Wells, as of late, Austin Wells has been playing a lot better. A lot better. But yeah, I mean, who else besides Aaron Judge, really? Joel Sherman said something. He was like, in the last 15 years, if you traded every top prospect, you would have been okay. Except for Judge, right? You would have been all right if you had traded every single one. So, just saying. And it's true. Ace, what's up, man? I guarantee you the Blue Jays saw we were losing and it motivated them to come back. Maybe. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Luis Duran says, it hurts me more than you to know that the Yankees have a better chance to make it to the playoffs than my New York Mets. You know what? Let's look at the Mets, because they didn't handle business versus Cincinnati. They should have handled their business there. Who are they playing? As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's pull this up right here. Oh, that was yesterday's. What the hell? September 3rd. Why am I September 3rd? Esteban Florio, that's another guy, man. At one point, he was one of the top prospects in all of baseball. I don't even know if he's, he has a Cleveland Guardians hat there, so I don't know if he's playing or what. They had, at one point, he was raking in the AAA, and they wouldn't call him. But he was one of them guys, man. He never really got a decent shot. But even then, when he was up here, he didn't do much. So, we'll look at the first. We'll look at the NL East. Okay. Yeah, the Mets are 9 games. The division is gone for sure. I mean, I don't think the Giants will catch them. They could, though. I don't think they would, though. I can't see them catching them. And who the Mets play today? Oh, man, that's not good, dude. Yeah. I mean, look, NL East is out of the question. There's no way they're going to catch them. That's a done deal. See, when I look at a team like the Mets, right, and being 9 games behind the Phillies, That makes me feel a lot better about where we at, right? Where the Yankees are at. Itchina says, oh my goodness, man. When the Yankees lose out, it will be 16 years of losing under Cashman and 8 under Boone as manager. Better lock them up long term. Yeah, man. They gotta go. What's up, Katie? How's it going? NYJ, I still have your like, dude. I gotta send it. It's in that box right there, dude. Pen management terrible. Cruz split a guy. Leiter Jr. split a guy. If they're on a lot of swing and miss, if they're off, they're wild. Boone's dumbass load the bases and put up a second wild style pitcher. No, that's what I was saying, NYJ, and I appreciate you joining us, man. That's what I said. Like, once Cruz walked the base, once you saw that his splitter, he didn't have it, right? He was supposed to come out, but not with Mark Leiter Jr. He brought in Mark Leiter Jr. and that was pretty much saying, look, we're sacrificing this game. We don't want to use our pitchers. We're probably going to lose anyway. That was what he was saying right there. You know, we're going to bring in Mark Leiter Jr. and you know, hope for a miracle, but we're not going to waste our guys in this game, you know, because Cruz, he let it go too far. My thing is, though, I felt like he didn't really have to go to Cruz there, but I wasn't mad at him doing it because Cruz has been solid, right? But once you gotta have a feel for the game, man. Because a pitcher's not always gonna have it, especially a reliever. You gotta go in after 2 batters, you can tell if this guy got it, right? And it was clear he was off. It was clear he needed to come out, right? But he left him in there. He left him in there too long. He should have took him out immediately. Once he faced that third batter, he should have been out of there. All right. He couldn't locate he was wild, man. And then you bring in Mark Leiter Jr. and you're right. And you make a great point. Same type of pitcher, a split ball, you know, a split finger fastball pitcher. Yeah. And what did you get? You got freaking 50-foot freaking spikers, wild pitches, you know. Yeah, man. And more walks and hits. I don't know. I really feel like sometimes Boone, he punts games. He would never admit to it. But right there, that was him punting. That was him saying, you know what? The chances are we're gonna lose this game anyway. Here you go. Take Mark Leiter Jr., you know? That's all we're going to put in right there. Well, I'll be honest. Look, you cannot be giving up 9 runs in a freaking inning. You can't go, they give us 7, 8 runs without recording an out? Come on, guy. Really? You telling me? And the pitcher, and you can't do that, man. But the Yankees' philosophy, man, they don't care. They're like, look, we're going to lose this game, whatever. They would have let them score 30 runs. They don't care. They weren't going to waste their good pitchers. And I get it. Once you're down 9, it makes no sense. But even with the bases loaded and it's a 2-2 tie, well, actually, it was like 3-2 at that point when Mark Leiter Jr. came in. Or bases loaded 2-2, whatever it is, you're still in the game. We've seen guys like Weaver get out of stuff like that, you know? You go and guess, you try to win it, man. You don't just say, you know what, fuck it, man. Let's just bring in Mark Leiter Jr. and hope something happens. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest, we knew this game was over after we saw that Make-A-Wish kid fall that bump. Oh, man. You talking about Volpe, man. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know what to do with Volpe, man. I mean, I know what to do. You got to sit him, but they're not going to sit him. And it's like, and it's just plain arrogance and plain stubbornness. They're hard-headed. The Yankees are hard-headed, bro. They don't take a rocket science. It's not freaking rocket surgery, bro. The dude is not good by any metric. Like, he is actually probably the worst player in the league, man. And that's crazy to say, right? When you look at stats, every stat when I pull up, I'm like, bro, I can't find nothing. Shout out to Locked On Yankees, the dude on that, I don't even know his name, but he brought up something that I wasn't even aware of, and I had to look it up, and I said, wow, this is incredible. This dude's a -1. Talking about Volpe, -1 WRC plus. Like, that is mind-boggling that he's -1, dude. That's crazy, bro. Like, he's -1, not even 0, not 1, not 40, even 50's bad. This dude is -1, dude. That means he's like beyond bad. It's crazy, man. At this point, it's like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know. Where the hell is Hal, by the way? Because I almost forgot about this dude. Where the fuck is Hal Steinbrenner? I'm sorry I'm cursing a lot today, because where is this guy? Because he has to be seeing this and being like, hey, man, what are we doing? He got to be calling like, hey, you know what? I need you guys to brief me. What the hell are we doing? Please, can somebody tell me what are we doing? But the thing is that they made him look like a jerk off too. When he came out saying, oh, Volpe and Peraza are the future middle of our infield, right? Remember he said that? He had he gave an interview or whatever in spring training one season. He said, Volpe and Peraza, that's the future middle infielder for the Yankees. Like, yeah, man, that aged very well, right? What's up, Katie? I'm trying to catch too many of them. Landon Holder, what's up, brother? Question, Yankees fans, do you think Aaron Judge can get to 659 from 359 to reach Babe Ruth? Man, how many years he got left in that contract? No. Right? No, I don't think so. We talking about that's what 300 home runs. Do the math. He would have to start hitting like well, maybe he can, but he got to be hitting 50 at the age of 40. You know, that's what he's got to do. Jose G, I'm okay with this L tonight against Mize. We can't lose the next two. That's what I'm saying. If we win the next two, it's like, all right, you know. But it puts pressure because now we gotta win these next two. You know what I mean? It's not good, man. And especially since Blue Jays won. Look, we can't be losing when the Blue Jays are winning. You know. Caballero is a guy need. Well, he's great fundamental both on defense, base running, and hitting. Yo, he's look. The point is, right, with Caballero, I like Caballero, me personally. The point is, like, I get it. He's not the greatest player. Like, he's not, you know, he's not freaking Trey Turner, who got hurt too. It's crazy. The Phillies won today, and they suffered a lot of injuries. Alec Bohm, Trey Turner got hurt. But anyway, that's another note. Anyway, right, look, he's no freaking, you know, he's good, right? He's a decent baseball player, right? He's a good baseball player. But my whole thing with Caballero is that he's much better than Volpe. Look, Volpe's so bad right now. He really is. He's so bad that if IKF was on his team, I'd be like, start IKF. At this point, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like anybody could do better than him at this point. Like, bring up Yorbit Vivas. Bring him back up. Let him play shortstop, bro. I know he wasn't that great either, but my goodness. Volpe's trash, bro. Like, yo, on everything, man. I'll bring up Yorbit Vivas. Anything. Luis Duran said, I'm going to put my hammer in a display case. I treasure the hammer. Yeah, man. The hammer's fire. I think they're done in terms of the division. It's tough to believe they're going to win the wild card against Boston, man. Even if it's at home. I mean, you got to, look, you know, I know Yankees for the win is going to try to he's going to call us crazy, man. But look, you got to believe, man. It ain't over till it's over. At the end of the day, I'll be the first to admit, right? Are we the likely winners of the World Series of 2026? Probably not. No, you know, like if the Yankees, like I said, the Yankees is like freaking Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, right? Like you don't know what you're getting from them. On one end, I could see them like making a run for it, right? Making a real run. On the end of on the other end, I could see us getting bounced out the playoffs, freaking in the wild card immediately. Like, look at losing the first 2 games and getting out of there. You know, so. But look, man, I don't know. Me personally, man, I'm a fan, and even when I know they ain't gonna do nothing.
You the real MVP.
Even when I know, like I that's my team, man. I gotta, you know. Yankees for the win says, yes, Jake, you, sir, put down the Kool-Aid. Thank you. Yeah, he put down the Kool-Aid, man. Did you cash in those bets you placed? I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not fully in, but man, yeah, it's not looking good either. Sunil, what's up? Sunil says the Yankees front office brass deserves a big ass E6 for allowing Volpe to skip AAA. He's not elite. Yep. Lamar Jr. could figure it out like Jones did this year. I'm not saying they'd be ready, but things can change in an instant. No, you're right, man. But the thing is, like, we made this mistake already with Volpe. Like, why are we gonna make that mistake again? For me personally, if he was raking in AA, if Lombard Jr. was raking in AA, I'd consider it. I really would, because we've seen guys make that jump, like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and stuff like that, you know. But he's not even doing that down there, you know. And then, like, even Spencer Jones, like, and I was calling for him to come up. I wanted him up here, but he's cooled down a lot. The strikeouts they've come back, right? They've come back in a big way, and he's striking out. Like, he's at this point, like, in his last, like, 10 games, probably freaking 70% of his at-bats are strikeouts, you know? That's not good, man. That's not good. So, at this point, he's not coming up here, Spencer Jones. Hopefully, he could figure out the strikeout shit, man. Hold up, I see TC Steals, man. Where you at? Straight trash game. What's up, TC? Yeah, man. Spencer probably lost motivation. Like, what the fuck? I'm killing it. I'm not getting any love. Yeah, he probably did, man. I think they should have brung him up when he was scorching hot. That's when you bring him up, man. But it's, you know what? It sucks, man, because if I'm telling you right now, man, if he was on any other team, they would have called him up. But the Yankees just don't do that, man. And you know, I don't know if you guys I be listening to Clint Frazier's podcast, right? And sometimes he'd be going live and stuff like that. But anyway, one day he was talking about it. He was like, yo, man, like, dudes in the minors, like, yeah, like, you want to be a Yankee, right? But at the same time, you want to be in the big leagues, bro. You watching your buddies get traded to the Brewers, and they all of a sudden they playing everyday players in the big leagues, and you're killing it in AAA, and you're never gonna see the big leagues, you know, because you're being blocked or whatever. He was like, it's tough in the Yankee organization. Like, you're better off moving on from them. You're better off getting traded to another spot. And he's right, man. He's right, because most people don't get a chance. And that's why when a guy like Volpe, when he's gotten I'm telling you, I've never ever seen a prospect in my lifetime get this much leeway like Volpe did, to get this kind of treatment. Like he has earned nothing, folks. Like, I'm sorry. You know, and you could get mad at me if you want, man. And I've been saying that, you know what the thing my whole thing is, I didn't just jump on this Volpe thing. I've been saying this since the offseason, since last year. And you know what? One day I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna bring receipts and show you that I've been saying since last year. Like, I don't think this guy is cut out for this, you know. But we're gonna give him a chance this year. But if he doesn't, you know, if he doesn't pan out, you gotta remove him. Yeah, like, it's not good, man. He's hurting the team really bad, man. They gotta move him. They have to. It's thinking about Volpe. He's a golden child. He can't do no wrong. He's not an MLB type player now. And my thing is, look, man, I'm not saying that he can be or not, but like right now, man, we got to think about winning, man. You got to put your best players out there. I don't know what the hell, man. This is not literally, you know, sometimes, man, like even my son, when he plays baseball, like you go through a lot of favoritism and you know, and certain things like that, like certain kids play for whatever reason because somebody's cool with somebody. I get it, you know, that happens, and I'm sure that even happens in the big leagues. I'm looking for the word too, where it's like you know, where you know, because of your family situation or whatever, you get to play and stuff. I can't think of the word anyway. You know what I mean though. That happened, but my goodness, man. You think the other players don't see that? You think a guy like Jason Dominguez, you think Caballero, who just got there, don't see that? You think other players, right? Maybe not Judge, because Judge, that's his boy. He's been there from the beginning. You know, but maybe you think certain other players ain't like, damn, like, bro, like, we busting our ass, man. Like, this dude's blocking a whole bunch of people. You know, he's blocking a whole bunch of people for moving up. Like, come on, bro. He gotta go. TCC says, I had the Kool-Aid ready to go, but dumped it all out and threw all the packets away. TC still said, nah, bro, we ain't drinking that. I feel you, man. And you know what, TC? That's what I was saying earlier that, yeah, like, a lot. I've been, look, that's why I didn't go on the last 2 days, right? I didn't go on Sunday. I don't know if you noticed, or yesterday. Partly because, you know, I was doing stuff, right? But I was going to go, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go on because I can't. Like, I get it. We won, right? But I don't know. Me, man, and it's just something about this team that even when we win, when we're doing good, I see some of the ugliness too. And it's hard, for me, it's hard to ignore that stuff because I know that stuff is going to come back to bite us in the ass, right? We may have won this game. We may have won, you know, like, but it's certain things, man, they're not doing good. They're not doing good. I do want to address one thing, right? All this, the signs stealing and everything. Look, you know, the Blue Jays are talking all this crap. Man, look, I was watching the game on Sunday when Max Scherzer was pitching, and I could see the pitch grip from home. From my house, I could see the pitch grip. You guys notice that he's holding the shit like this. Of course they're gonna steal the freaking, you know what pitch he's throwing. He's literally holding it like, I don't know if you noticed that, right? He was holding, like, when he's in the windup, he has his all the way up here. And the guy on first is right there. You can see everything. And you can see it from the broadcast. You can see it. I swear, I will go back. So for them to be all like, oh, look, like, bro, that's baseball. And people are like, oh, the Yankees are cheating. What are you talking about? This has been part of the game for over 150 years, guys. If you show me what pitch you're throwing, I'ma let my guys know. I don't understand what's so nefarious about that, really. Freaking do a better job of freaking hiding your pitch grip, man. You ain't gotta show it all like that. I'm looking for and I'll show you. I will show you. Let's see if this is it right here. Hold on. Okay. All right, look, guys. I'm gonna leave it muted, but I'm gonna show you here. Let's go here. Look at this, guys. You see this? My guy. When you hold it in like that, all Judge got to do is take a few more steps and he's looking right into your glove. That's on you. That is on you, guy. You see where he has the glove? Like, come on. And then the Snyder said, oh, the Yankees do good when they know what's coming or whatever. Like, yeah, no shit. Then hide the ball, man. Hide the freaking ball. Look at it here. Look at it here, guys. Let me rewind this a little bit. Can you see it? Or is it just, am I going crazy? Look. You see him? You see his hands moving? Bro, that's on you, Scherzer. I'm sorry. Any team sees you doing that, they're gonna pick up your signs and they're gonna relay it. Plain and simple, dude. You know better, Scherzer. You've been doing this too long. You know better. Real Bill will tell you. A federal judge is going to release a letter that document will prove that the Yankees are on par with the Astros and Red Sox. This has nothing to do with the accusations from last week. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the Apple Watches, or what are you talking about, man? That right there is not cheating, bro. That's been a part of the game forever. Boone and Cashman have beer goggles on when it comes to Volpe. Yeah, man. Yep. DM Walker, you know they are saying that. Yeah. Oh, nepotism. Damn, thank you, Welkin. I mean, I can't think straight, brother. There you go, nepotism. My guy, that's the word I was looking for earlier. It's nepotism. I mean, what I meant to say is like that goes on like when you in youth baseball and all that stuff. It happens, but I always tell my son and other people too. I'd be like, yo, you gotta make it to where everybody knows that you should be playing. You know, if you keep playing and keep balling, eventually everybody's gonna know, and the coach is gonna look bad. Like right now, the Yankees front office and Aaron Boone, they look bad because everybody knows that Volpe should not be starting. It is obvious. Everybody knows. Right? The cat's out of the hat, or the cat's out of the bag, or whatever the saying goes. Everybody knows. So the more they run him out there, the more they look incompetent. You know? I don't know, man. I gotta look that up. Man. That would be crazy, though. They act like the Yankees are the only team relaying signs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially if I don't know if you just saw it, when you're holding the glove up like that, like you pretty much, you're asking, like you're showing it to everybody. That's on you. Jose G says, not for nothing, Jason, but the whole league is having problems. AL, NL, no team is guaranteed. No, I know no team is guaranteed, man, but no team is guaranteed. But this team, man, no team has went through almost 3 months of really, really bad baseball, man. Well, really bad. Yeah, send me the video, man. Bill, I heard the Yankees are getting $1 billion fine just because the Yankees throwing NFE coach. That's $99 trillion too. I mean, look, man. Did they cheat? I don't know. I tell you what, though, it didn't work. I mean, we're probably bad at that too. Because if we're cheating and we're not winning, at least the Astros won, for crying out loud. You can't cheat and not win, dude. Right? No. We got 60 y'all in here, only 24 likes, man. If you haven't, please like the video. YouTube, for some reason, they, the likes hold a lot of weight on whether the algorithm is gonna push you or not, right? Why? It's beyond me, but the algorithm loves the likes, so feed it likes, brother. Feed it likes. Yeah, it was only 100,000. If it was only $100,000 fine, it probably was nothing. 2-2 game, top of the 7th, that we lose 12-2. That's embarrassing, and this bullpen is a huge problem. TC, man, that was my opening line. That this bullpen trustworthy? I don't think so. I've been saying it all season. This bullpen is not trustworthy at all. None of them. Nobody in there. And on that note, I'm gonna play this ad real quick, and I'll be right back.
Bullpen meatballs. Serving them up all 2025 season.
You better like the video, and while you're at it, subscribe to my friend Jason's channel. The reason your butt has been hurting is because you have YDS, Yankees Derangement Syndrome.
Hey, y'all. Don't forget, channel members can bring up live player stats.
They let it go. Boone let it go too far. And then he bringing in Mark Leiter Jr. with the bases loaded. It was still close right there. It was like 3-2, I think. So once he brought in Mark Leiter Jr., I was like, oh, man, here we go. And it was just, the rest is history, man. They scored like 8 runs before we even got an out. That's how bad that inning was. And you can't do that in the middle of September. Bro, we're too close to October to be having innings like that. That's something that you do, on a hot August 5th night, in the middle of the season, or July 24th or something like that, not September 9th. Not September 9th. TC says, our bullpen is serving up meatballs. Yes, they are. The reason the commissioner didn't push Trammell any further about the bat is because he used the same bat when he played for the Yankees. Boone screwed up. What was it at? I mean, look, the bat wasn't helping him. All right. Like, I think that's the whole point. The bat ain't do shit for him. It's not like he was doing any better, any worse. To me, that bad thing, that was the most obvious thing. Is like, I don't even think he thought he was doing something wrong. It is a rule, but it's like, whatever, It's probably something superstitious. That's probably the bat he likes, and for whatever shift in the Yankees' favor when after the trade deadline, when we picked up all these acquisitions. And I remember you brought that up. I was like, nah, it had to like at least move a little bit. Odds were changed in favor of winning the World Series, but the Yankees did not gain anything. Vegas knows, yep. The other night, yes, was saying that the Yanks hit 2 home runs or more, they win 70% of the time. Guess we the 30th tonight, man. The 30%. Yeah, but the thing is, I think we would have won this game. We would have won this game, man. But you can't have a freaking 9-run inning for crying out loud. Like, my goodness. D says he didn't watch tonight's game, but he saw the scoreboard and was shocked. Yeah, man, you missed the 7th inning of death. And as soon as he took out Will Warren, man, and he did the same thing last game, and the same thing happened. I think he should have left him in there a little bit longer, to me. At least another at bat. See what happens, Real Bill said the case I'm talking about goes back 10 years. Joe Girardi was the key witness in that case. This isn't funny. Are you talking about the Apple Watch case? When they had the Apple Watches or whatever? I remember something like that. Yeah, he had one bad pitch to Meadows. That 2-run home run. That's what I'm saying. He was pitching good. Like, I would have left him in. I get the pitch count. His pitch count was 91, but I would have left him in. I would have put him in one batter at a time, right? If he gets through the next batter quickly, then leave him in another one. At that point, you had nothing really to lose. Like, it's a tie game. And he's pitching well. Like, I don't know why he did that. And last game he did the same thing. He pulled him at 67 pitches. And you know what it is? Boone has this thing that he already knew. I'm getting 6 innings from Warren, and then I'm going to Cruz, and then I'm gonna go to this guy, and then to Bednar. But instead of just being like, you know what? If I could get more than 6, right there, you should have been like, that's the thing, man. Look, he pulls people too early, right? When he should leave him. And then he leaves people when you need to freaking pull him. And it's the same shit over and over and over, man, with this dude. It's the same thing over and over and over. And I'll be honest, like, I think, I don't know, man. With him, it's hard. I'm not going to put this on Boone completely. I'm not. Even though I do feel like, man, like he could have stopped the bleeding there, but we didn't score any runs after that anyway. But it shouldn't have been a 9-run inning, 2 runs, maybe 3. That inning got way out of hand. And you brung the wildest guy out of the bullpen, or one of the wildest guys. And look, and Cruz is wild too. Don't get it twisted. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Look, and I've said this before. Like, I like Cruz. He's been really good for us. But the fact that his whole career he's been like a 5 ERA
You're the real
dude.
MVP.
He's been a 5 ERA guy his whole career. Kind of worries me. Like, all right, like maybe when is he, gonna revert back to the mean and be that 5 ERA guy again? I don't know. I hope not, man. I hope this is just a one-off. But look, he gave up 5 runs today. His ERA went from like 2 something, right, 3 to like 4, just like that. Yankees for the win with the 2. Appreciate you, my brother. Every time AJ hits a milestone, we lose no heart. Yeah. He's talking about the manager, right, for the Tigers. Yeah, man, he's been beating us forever too. That guy, man. AJ Hinch has been beating us since 2017? He's been whipping our asses, man. And you can't even say, like, I get the whole cheating thing, but then it got to the point, like, man, we can't even say that because even when the cheating stopped, man, we can't beat these guys, bro. Stephen B says the insanity part is we as fans know it won't work. Yankees keep thinking they're smarter than us. The insanity continues. And I'll be honest, man, they should be smarter than us. Like, this is not freaking rocket surgery, man. Like, this dude is not good. Like, there's certain things where it's like, bro, they supposed to be smarter than us. They supposed to, and for the most part they are, man. But for certain things, they're so stubborn, though. That's the problem with this team. They're so stubborn and arrogant that they can't let certain things go. Win number 359. That's crazy because that's how much number 3. Yeah, that's how much home runs Judge got today, surpassing Yogi Berra. Yeah, man, a great. Look, I'm a keep it real here. That's great and dandy, right? I don't care if he passes Babe Ruth. Look, and it'll be all great, and nothing's taken away that he's one of the greatest Yankees ever. But my goodness, man, you got to win something, Judge. You got to win something, you got to show up when it matters most. You have to, dude. You have to show up when it matters most, or nobody's gonna care about that. Or that's always gonna be the thing. Whenever they say, "Yeah, Judge, 500 home runs," they're gonna be like, "Yeah, but October." And you don't want that, man. You got to win one at least. And I give that to A-Rod. You see, A-Rod, he got his 1 ring. And for a long time, he had that stigma. Like, yeah, A-Rod's great. But he chokes, right? He chokes. And that 1 year, he didn't choke. And he carried us. And look, right? And you better do it. Judge, you got to do it because I'm telling you right now, the way this organization is, if you make it to the World Series or every October, you got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to treat it like it's the last, man, because the World Series is becoming harder and harder to make. And shit is changing in baseball. It really is. And the Yankees, they're stubborn, man. They really are. I do like this team. I like a lot of the moves that were made. I do, but this is not a team, like, this is a good team. But this is not a team that you could say, like, yo, they went all in. They went all in. And I'm telling you, the all in will be like going after like a Mason Miller or Duran or something from the Twins who got traded to the Phillies. That's all in, or just going all out, man. This team, they're not going to do that. They're not going to surpass that $300 million mark. They will a little bit, but they're not going to go much further than that. And I'll be honest, man, Judge is to me, and I love Judge, man, but he lately he's been pissing me off with the post-game interviews. I don't even like watching him anymore because he's the same shit with Boone, man. Like, come on, bro. You can't think people are that stupid. And I get it. You don't have to tell us everything, but don't freaking lie to. Like, people are not dumb, man. People are not dumb. And the more you be like that and you lie to people, sometimes it's better just not to say anything. the more you lie to the fans and stuff, or treat the fans like we don't know what the hell we talking about, or treat the fans like we have a problem, like what's our problem? The more, man, we look at you guys, especially Judd, the more that people are gonna look at you and you know, they're gonna be like, man, F this dude, you know, for real. And I'll tell you what, even though Don Mattingly never won a World Series, when he made it to the playoffs, when he finally made it there, my boy raped. And he's not the reason why they got eliminated by Seattle in 1995. Let's put it that way. If anything, he's the reason why they even got to Game 5, you know? And that was a tough series, too. I'll leave it at that. The difference between A-Rod and Judge is A-Rod had talent around him. Judge does not. This team is a joke. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. The Judge, but a lot of that is Judge's fault. He needs to speak up. But even if A-Rod actually did something, though, that's in 2009. He carried that team. The thing is with Judge, man, you got to do something, man. Because even if they put the talent around you, if you're not doing nothing when it matters, it don't matter, dude. This team is only going to go as far as that dude takes us. We've seen it. You know, we saw it last year in the World Series. Imagine, look, last year, right? Last postseason, last World Series. Imagine Judge goes off, right? And has a decent series, a good series. I think the series would be different. You know, I'm not saying we win or we don't, but it'd be a lot different because he did come up in a whole bunch of big spots and was unable to produce. Mattingly was the true captain. Yeah. I'm not saying Judge isn't, man, but lately, I feel like he's, hey, Yankees for the win. Judge has truly, he's drunk on that Kool-Aid, man. He's like indoctrinated with this team. I don't know. I'm hoping, man, at some point I'm hoping we move on from Boone, maybe even Cashman, and we get somebody with some freaking nuts, man. Somebody with some stones to go in there and be like, you know what? Walk into that locker room and just let his nuts drop and drag that shit all over the locker room. And let everybody know, like, all this bullshit is done for. You on the bench, my brother. Like, you make how many errors you got? Sit the ass down, bro. Go cry over there in the corner. You know, shit like that. They need somebody tough, man, for real. They need somebody tough. The Yankees do not let the players speak out. It's different times than Donnie Baseball. Even when Joe Torre was dead, Jeter and A-Rod, everyone is soft nowadays, and that's the truth. No, I feel you, man, but I'm telling you right now, Judge is he's not your average player. He can do whatever the hell he wants, man. I'm telling you right now. He has that pool. He can do, it might piss somebody off. He can do whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants. Who's going to tell him no? Who's going to tell him otherwise, right? What they going to do to him? Really, you know, if he goes in there and be like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? These guys freaking suck. Like, I mean, he would never say that. And I don't expect him to say that, but he could go in there and be like, look, go to Cat. He could go to Hal and be like, look, Hal, man, it don't have to be public. That's my whole thing. And maybe this has happened, but I don't think it has. And he could be like, look, like, bro, I want to win. You promised me we were going to win. You told me we were going to win. And Hal's going to be like, well, we making the playoffs every year. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, but we getting bounced. You give me these freaking jokers. I don't know. I think the Yankees, they're so stubborn. They get caught in, I don't know what it is, how they're always wrong. They're always freaking wrong. They are always wrong. Look at freaking last year. Like, we had Trent Grisham on the bench and Verdugo playing, right? We had Anthony. Look at Yassis. Everybody that was on last year's team, right? Just think about where a lot of them are at. A lot of them are not even playing baseball right now. You know? Like that, and we had all these guys that could have been useful, and we didn't see anything in them, you know? NYJ says, Judge brought in Verdugo, Goldie. He's not better at recruiting. I'm not saying he's better at recruiting. And I don't believe that a player should be recruiting, but he should be going in there and be like, yo, bring me in. Why didn't we get these guys? Like, why are we not getting the best people? You know? Why are we not getting the best people? Why is this guy still starting at shortstop? He's terrible. He's killing us. Why is Devin Williams coming in high leverage situations, bro? We just watched him blow like freaking 20 games this season. You're gonna keep throwing him out there? Like, come on, dude. And I get it. Look, Devin Williams there's a certain, like, my thing with the whole Devin Williams and Boone bringing him in is that he does it when he has other people. If there's nobody else to go to, right, then I understand it, man. But he brings him in when he has other guys that he could bring in, and I'd be like, dude, what are we doing? D says, bring back Cookie Carrasco. Crazy, man. Hal needs to have a wheelbarrow for the money for Judge. No way he can't. No way he can't. The Yankees organization, because he has a leader in Boone that doesn't do it. Imagine Judge with Joe Torre. That's a winning combination. Yeah. But I do think that Judge could say, I think if Judge was to walk into, and I don't think this will ever happen, right? And look, my thing is, I get it that these players love Boone. I understand that, right? But right now, these guys, they don't need love, bro. Right? They don't need a loving manager. Fuck, you don't need, this team does not need that, right? And the proof is that they haven't won in 8 years. That's not what this team needs. This team needs somebody to come in there hard, pause, and really, really lay the law down and strain these guys up, especially the young guys. Strain them up, right? You're not performing. What? You're not hustling out. You forgot how, what? You forgot how many outs there were? You know what? Get your ass on the bench, right? Forget that, right? I bet you when you're on the bench, you remember how many outs there are, right? Things like that. You know what I mean? Things like that. Mm-hmm. D says, bring back Stroman. Let's bring back DJ LeGround out, bro. Pablo Reyes and Jones back. Yeah, the team was better then, man. The team was much better then. It was all good just a week ago.
It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough.
Anyway, folks, it's gonna do it for me. Yeah, tough night. Yankees lose, but look, and even with all that that Debbie Downer stuff for me, like if we win the next two, we're back in this all of a sudden, right? If we could win 2 out of 3 versus Boston too, look, you can't ask for more than that. At the end of the day, we're 3, technically 4 behind the Blue Jays. It's doable, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. With that being said, before you guys head on out, please like the video if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I truly appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I definitely will. Let me put this up here. All right. All right, man. Have a blessed day, man. Thanks you, Yankees, for the win. Stephen B., everybody, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. I'm trying to put this damn credit screen up. There we go.
Chalk on the corner, fair game in the air. Aaron's bat sang, but the call wasn't fair. Stripes in the dirt, blind to the truth. Judgment day ruined, no replay to boost. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke. Lines don't lie, but the humans do. Green monster grin, but the call askew. Boone stormed out, spit words like fire, till Blue tossed and called him a liar. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke. Cleats on the base, game paused and rinse. Judge plays clean, but they stack the fence. Crew in the masks, deaf to respect. Debating the Bronx, who do they protect? Fairline narrative, curving the truth. Pint glass cheers turn silence in the booth. Boone's red fury, no seat to recline. Ejected but still, the vibes on the grind. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke.